The men that are not going to be approaching her are exactly the men that did not work on themselves. They are much more insecure than her. And the only way to be able to control is to be with another female that's much more in her feminine energy, because they can control her, because they know that that much more feminine woman needs them. They can also use their manipulation much more than the other woman that is much more in her masculine energy, because the woman that is in her masculine energy at that time can spot behaviors like that. They can see a man from 1,000 miles. They do not get involved with men like that. They can see that the other male is insecure. They're constantly going to be bringing them baggage into their lives. Insecurities, with blame, with judgments. They're going to constantly be trying to compete with her. Of course, she's independent and she's successful. He might not be in that place that he wants. So, of course, he attracts that independent woman that has everything, because it's a mirror to him on the stuff that he lacks. But he's failing to understand that he is attracting that woman to show him his own lacks. And instead of being inspired by that woman, he suddenly feels that he's put down and he doesn't feel good enough. That woman brings out in him stuff that he's not good enough. So that's why he will not go chase after that woman, because he does not feel worthy enough within himself to be with that woman. It's a matter of energy. So he's going to tell you, oh, these men come and they approach you, and you know, I want my woman to be able to, I want to be able to tell the other guys how you are coming into her space, and I want to protect her. With the difference that the other woman, who's self-reliant and self-independent, she already has her boundaries, and these weaker men do not approach. They might approach in the beginning, but then they see, oh my God, that woman has everything. What could I possibly give that woman that has everything? I can't give that woman stuff. Why? Because I feel I'm not capable of giving that woman stuff. I haven't reached that place. They will not try to even get in her space because they feel the energy. Energy speaks. So you need to understand that there are women out there that are strong mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And you need to understand that if you haven't been working on yourself, a lot of women might not be attracted to you. Why would they be attracted to you if you are not putting in the work to work on your issues? Why would they want to be with you? What can they gain from you if you're constantly have stuff to say about other things, that you're complaining about things, how you're jealous about things, how you're always having an opinion about things, and you're so rigid in the way that you're approaching life? Why would a woman that has everything together in her life, that has love to give, that has mastered these things, why would she want to be with you? Why? When you are not able to lead her, when you're not able to understand her, when you do not have the emotional intelligence to keep up with her, why would she want to be with you? A lot of women out there that are highly independent and loving, they don't want to be highly independent. They're forced to become highly independent and in their masculine energy. But when they are surrounded by males in which that male knows who he is, has cultivated himself, knows who he is as a person and what he can give back to the woman, he can offer her understanding, emotional resilience, emotional understanding, validation, reassurance, all of those goodies. When a man has worked on himself, when a man is not jealous of another man, the only reason why a man can be jealous of another man is because the other man has traits that this guy doesn't have. And they should be aspiring to become that man, right? When that man comes, that knows, that worked on their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, when that kind of man comes into a woman's life, the independent woman that has those stuff, he goes in there full board. He doesn't feel intimidated because he himself is so strong in his masculinity, because he has worked on himself, and he knows that if he goes out with a woman like that and that woman decides to treat him poorly, he's going to leave, because he knows he can find what it is that he wants, because he's waiting for that woman that has all of these traits, because he knows the value that that woman could bring into his life. And he understood, going through previous relationships with other women that haven't worked on themselves, that he is the prize. And men like that exist in this world, though not a lot in the minority, but they do exist. They do eventually show up in your lives when you're working on yourselves and defeating all of those weaknesses that you can make them into strengths. So guys, if you're seeing stronger women out there, this is what you should be striving for, because ultimately a woman who is strong and independent and also has her masculine energy and she can look after herself, do not think for a second that she's not also looking for a man to also need her, right? It's based on people's insecurities. The attraction goes like that. We're not all going to be attracted to the same things. Most people out there go to common things. What you might seem valuable is what you seem valuable at the time. When you get into a relationship and you start to see that you're dealing with a person who is not being able to manage emotions and they're constantly giving you troubles, they're constantly making you angry, they're making you jealous, they're playing emotional manipulation, they're playing games and all of that. Once you start to discover that when you're dealing with a certain person, they do those things to you, then when you learn your lesson, then you will be able to understand the great independent women which you perhaps might have had in your life sometimes, in which you thought that that person was not valuable for you because you were not ready to receive that woman or that man. You are not ready to receive because your mind was not in the correct sync. It was not. You were operating from your conditioning. And only when you're able to solve your conditioning and your traumas can you be able to keep up with a woman like that. You need to work on your shit in order for your woman or your man to elevate. Because the more you change your reflection to the other person, you are an inspiration for them to also change. If you are enabling a person to act with bad behaviors, you are the enabler because it is a mirror. If your person, your man or your woman across you is not treating you the way you want to be treated, there's something within yourself that you're not giving to yourself, that you're not treating yourself valuable. You're not giving inside your brain valuable things to add to your character to become all that. So next time you see a woman that you call she's too much, or who does she think she is? She is. He is. Whenever you see that man, whenever you see that woman, they are people who worked on themselves, and they do not settle for crazy stuff or playing games. They do not have time to deal with stuff like that. They really don't. It's a waste of their time. They do not have the time to deal with insecure women, insecure men, jealousies, and crazy stuff. They're here to have an amazing life, to bring out the love that they have within themselves, to give it to other people who are ready to accept that, and to minimize the disturbances of life. That's what you need to remember when you're looking at a person out there that you see as mighty, and who the hell do they think they are? They are. They went through all of that perhaps, and they got over that, and they went to a better place. So if you're seeing a woman and you're saying, or a man, that they're too much, understand that perhaps you are too little. Perhaps you were too little in working on yourself. And that's where the work comes in. Putting in the work. Anything you see about the other person that you are judging, that thing is stuff for you to learn and become all that. Masculine and feminine energies need to be balanced. If you're seeing something in another person that you do not like, you've got to look inside of yourself and see how you are projecting, out there, and what you are attracted to. What type of people are you attracted to? That's what you need to ask yourself. Why am I attracted to just that and not something higher? Why? What do my thoughts and my emotions feel that have led me to where I am today with that current person that I am? Because you are your person. That's what you are. Why am I like that? And why is my person like that? Because we're both the same. But the data is so hidden that you need to open up your brain so new data can come in, so you understand the reflection of the person that you're with. That's what you need to do.